Up to the stage now is the one and only Bill Sipper, who's a managing partner with Cascadia Managing Partners. Good to see you. I'm very good. How are you? Excuse me, I said Cascadia Managing Partners. It's actually Cascadia Managing Brands.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah.
What do you guys do at Cascadia? I mean, a lot of folks in the here know who you are, but what is Cascadia?
So Cascadia is an incubator. We do brand management for brands, which entails everything. It's a piecemeal system. The brand can select what they need. But we do everything from research and development to sales strategy and execution to the financial planning to the marketing and positioning and brand strategy, as well as obviously the sales execution. And we also do logistics and back-end finance for clients.
You really do everything. What is it that you don't do?
Yeah, I don't know. We've added a lot of services over the years. It's been one of those things where a client would say, well, I don't really have an accountant to use. Can you recommend one? I don't really have a bookkeeper. Can you? And then we just said, you know what, we'll do it for you, and then we'll outsource to CPA.
Yeah. You were on stage as one of the instructors at Beverage School yesterday. Great job, by the way.
Thank you.
Talking about brokers and distribution. You probably could have talked about a number of subjects. And you've been doing this for a long time. You have a lot of experience in this industry. And I'd love to talk to you about some of the things that are common mistakes among entrepreneurs and early stage brands. All the time we hear from established entrepreneurs that I made so many mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes. But if you can avoid them, isn't that better?
Oh, it's much better. I mean, we've made enough mistakes in our career over 30 years. You don't need to make the same mistakes we did.
Sure.
I think one of the biggest problems I see is that people try to go too big too fast. They think this is a race for overnight success. And as I pointed out yesterday, Amazon took 14 years to be profitable. When you look at the beverage industry, I can only remember one or two overnight success stories, and everything else was a lot of hard work every day. So I think trying to go too big too fast, I think trying to force your product into accounts where you don't belong. I'll never forget when I was at Nantucket Nectars and we were trying to sell 7-Eleven, and we'd have these big conversations where Tom first would say, we're not ready. And I'd say, well, I think we are. And he was inevitably right. We were better off waiting that extra year until we approach that type of customer. A lot different competition set.
So what I'm hearing is that patience is a virtue.
Yeah. And it's an expensive virtue.
Yeah.
Because you're either paying a salesperson, sales manager, or someone like us, brokers, and then we're all telling you be calm, slow down, and go carefully. The thing you don't want to do is fail. You put the product in a bunch of stores, and we learned this the hard way.
Yep.
We would all go after Kroger business. We'd get into 1,000 stores, and 6 months later, it'd be off the shelves. And we just learned you don't go to Kroger first. It's really hard because you also have investors that they want to see some growth and they want to see progress. So they'll only accept, hey, we're looking for the right stores only for a certain amount of time.
Is it because you can't support the brand adequately in a Kroger if you're a small brand?
I think it's bigger than that, and I think this is the biggest mistake that the largest soda companies make. These brands are not made for ubiquitous distribution in the beginning. These are the type of brands that people have to embrace on their own. They like to find them on their own. They like to tell their friends and family about these products. This is my product.
Right.
And ubiquitous distribution doesn't work for that. If you're a mainstream soda item, congratulations. You should be knocking it out of the park at Walmart all day. But if you're a funky item at $3.99, not so much. Not there. Yeah.
Did you have a chance to see the New Beverage Showdown or catch some of the semifinals this morning?
I did, and I'm looking forward to the finals tomorrow.
What do you think of some of the brands? I mean, what do you think some of them did really well, and what do you think of some of the brands that could use maybe some of your services?
I don't know if it's a question of our services or just somebody looking in from the outside and giving some constructive criticism. Mm-hmm. I thought the brands did really well. I mean,
2 minutes is not a lot of time to do a pitch.
And I've been up there. It's not fun.
No.
I'm up there often. That gong comes quickly.
I really don't know how they do it. I mean, again, I'm not an entrepreneur. I've been up on stage. I get nervous up on stage.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to share as much information as you can in 2 minutes, and you've got to convince 4 separate people that you're a brand to move on or you're the brand to win, it's tough.
It's really difficult. But I thought everyone did well. I think they explained their proposition very succinctly. What the opinions of the judges, I think brands have to go with their gut instinct. You know, if you feel really strongly about something, no matter what a judge says or Bill Sipper says or anyone like that, you have to go with your gut instinct.
That's interesting. I mean, gut instinct, you know, on our podcast, Taste Radio, when I talk to entrepreneurs, 90% of the time they say gut instinct is really important. Go with your gut because you know your brand and your company better than anyone. Data is also really, really important, but data is also really, really expensive.
And it's also misleading at times.
I'm sorry?
It's also misleading at times.
How so?
Well, if you do an IRI data dump, okay, and they look for consumer research, they're asking supermarket people. They're asking people that are shopping in a grocery store every day. That might not be your consumer originally.
Right.
So you've got to be careful. You've got to make sure that the questions that are being asked are the right questions. You need to make sure that you're not overspending on data because it's really easy to blow money, you know, on that. And there's a lot of good free data out there. But I think that gut trumps, hate to use that word, but I think it trumps the data 9 out of 10 times. We did all of our flavor selection from Nantucket Nectars to Clearly Canadian to Naked Juice and Fresh Samantha Wall. We did it all by gut instinct. Mm-hmm. It wasn't, you know, we didn't do a research group and say, hey, you know, people want strawberry banana. We mixed strawberries and bananas together and went, hey, man, this is really good. We should sell it.
Mm-hmm. We have about 30 seconds left. You mentioned free data. Everyone loves free. Where can you source free data from?
Google.
Yeah.
Just keep Googling it and keep, you know, searching deeper and deeper. You know, there are times when you have to buy data, and there are companies that will sell, like, specific pages of data as opposed to an entire report that you may or may not need. But, you know, there's a tremendous amount of information about our categories on, you know, just on the web and through just searching through Google. And obviously, you know, listen to some of the old, you know, BevNet videos. It's a lot of good information there.
Definitely. For folks who want to get in touch with Cascadia Managing Brands, how do they do it?
Probably the best way is our website, CascadiaFoodBev.com.
CascadiaFoodBev.com. You heard it here first. Or maybe not first, but you heard it here. Bill, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your contributions to BevNet, and hope to see you again really soon.
Anytime. Thank you.
All right. Great seeing you.